The project is an interdisciplinary project that brings together academics and researchers across the business school here at Strathclyde and indeed across other Scottish universities to try and create a critical mass of expertise around workplace innovation. And it then extends beyond the university to include industry leaders, policymakers and practitioners to work around this space of workplace innovation and try and pool our best knowledge and resources. I think the key to selling a workplace innovation agenda is to think both, I suppose, in a negative sense about the problems that we have to solve, both economic problems, such as the sort of relative lag in productivity of Scotland and the rest of the UK behind some of the other G7 nations, but also some of the broader social priorities that we are interested in resolving here in Scotland. So part of that sale, I think, is to see those two spheres as being linked, that what happens to people in the workplace impacts not just on our national economic performance, but it impacts very significantly on people's lives, their families, their communities, their ability to engage in civic and public life. So I feel there's a very strong agenda that links the quality of work and working life with the quality of workplaces, and that's very well captured in the debates around workplace innovation.
I think that there's been a traditional view that innovation has been about research and development and very technology based, and when we talk about the workplace, we talk about people and the engagements and interactions that people in the workplace have, and that's managers and workers. And it's incredibly important that if we're to create the right conditions in workplaces where new ideas can come to the fore, where they can be developed, and we can get real innovation, and the workforce and individual workers and workers as a collective are involved with managers in these sorts of discussions, and their expertise, their knowledge of how their jobs are done, how their jobs might be improved, how the quality of their jobs might be developed is incredibly important. So that engagement between people in different parts of organisations, whether it's in management and the workforce, whether it's across organisations, people with different specialisms, is incredibly important in ensuring that we have the sort of innovative workplaces that we want to see. Our main role, and not just from the STUC's perspective, but our individual affiliate unions, is in the workplace, and it's providing that voice for workers in the workplace, supporting them in engaging with their employers, with managers around this whole agenda. We of course have objectives in terms of improving the conditions of work, and that's part and parcel of this agenda, and it's important that that sits alongside a constructive dialogue with employers about how organisations can improve and develop, how productivity can be improved, because at the end of the day, that's what creates job security for workers, that's what allows their terms and conditions to be improved, and that's what we want to see.
It's very clear that the Finnish government is kind of at the forefront of some of these debates on workplace innovation. It's been very explicit what its ambitions are in terms of how innovative the Finnish economy is. And that's very useful for us because it represents not just their experience over a number of years, but a kind of ambitious agenda to be good workplace innovators.
Firstly, it is important to try to improve the whole work system, not just individual practices in the companies. A second important issue in the Finnish approach is that we aim at simultaneous improvements in both productivity and the quality of working life. Thirdly, it's of crucial importance that both management and employees are involved in the promotion of innovation. And fourthly, and which is getting increasingly important in our approach, is that you should integrate the promotion of workplace innovation with promotion of other kinds of innovations. The process, how innovations are worked out, is very important. It's not only the content you are aiming at, but the process is very important. And it's very important to have enough resources for the process, but also that workplace innovations could improve the involvement of employees as well. And in the longer run, I think that the involvement issue is much more important than just one of improvements that is achieved through these projects.
It's important in the context of this event involving Tuomo Alasoini to think that it's not that we want to copy Finland. It's not that Scotland is in the same condition as Finland or has the same context and factors that can be put together to make the same Finnish outcomes. It's that we want to learn from all sorts of countries and organisations who seem to get it right. So at the heart of both the Innovating Works project and indeed the Scottish Government's agenda around workplace innovation, which is becoming increasingly prominent. At the heart of that is trying to get a sense of what works and what we can learn as organisations and as a country from what works.